Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today we're going to be coming back home to Cameroon, and we're going to be doing a review of one of our favorite rappers on this platform, Young Time. So he dropped a track titled Valentine's Day Rappers, which is a diss track, and he was not scared to call the name of the rapper he was dissing, which is kind of the best kind of diss, all the subliminal diss, you're like, is he talking about, is he, you don't know for sure, but this one he called the rapper's name to his face. So anyway, the ambassador is going to be reviewing the track, so stay tuned. Hi guys, so let's get to it. Young Time Valentine's Day rapper. If you have not listened to it, go check it out. He's dissing Tenor. Tenor, who he just collaborated with on the track Embouteillages. I know I'm smiling about this, but it's just because it's entertaining. It's like you see these people and you're like, okay, they've done a collaboration together. Okay, they are forming this bond and they are probably friends. And then you hear one person listening to the other person. And you're like, what happened? How did they get from here to here? So the ambassador, tell us, what do you think about this track?
It's like Christmas came in March now. So, I like beef. For me, it's a sport. And beef actually sparked up things in the African hip-hop scene. So for some reason, I feel like, okay, would this bring us something in Cameroon? Would this get us entertained for a bit? I remember Nabil put out a challenge to, I think, was it Jumper? Jumper. And most of these musical rappers are scared to do the real beef thing. So at times, even just for the fun of the sport, you do beef like that. So he said the new school rappers are scared of doing beef things. Then him and Jumper showed them that they still got something like that. And Jumper said, okay, I've not still seen anything come. And that's the story of Cameroon. I've always had these beefs where rappers, while they're ranting on Facebook, people throw people out of concerts. Where we want to see it happen, nothing happens. And I'm like,
we don't care about all those other ones.
Like, where did these guys become these big people, man? Where the fans can really get entertained and how you can hope to monetize only through the studio, the boot, the rap, get it done. And that's where you can actually sharpen your skills way down there. That's that champion league. But for some reason, these people don't put it out. So I was really excited that you could see from my smile. It dropped on February 28th, Young Time Valentine's Day rap. And it's a 3-minute, I think, 27-second track. It was done almost like a freestylish thing, huh? The microphone was dropping from the sky. So maybe it was God who said, speak your mind. Microphone came down and then he had a rose. No, spoke his mind indeed, yeah. He had a rose in his mouth, almost like, like in African culture, when you go to a native doctor and they give you a certain strong power, they put a leaf or grass in your mouth. You speak to nobody on your way home to get home and break the calabash or you do what you have to. The power stays in you. He actually came with a rose in his mouth. Then now he got into action. So I could tell that this was a well-scripted thing which it has been boiling him for a while. Then he went on his opening lines. He was like, "Who's are the day for checks till they fit stop me?" That's pidgin. I think those from Nigeria, Sierra Leone might understand it. It's almost like, where are those people who say they can stop? I can't see you. Stand up, hands up, show yourself. That was the opening line. Then he went up to say, he went on to address the problem head on. So I feel like it's borderline savage, but it's really like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you are quarreling with like there's that moment when you're quarreling with somebody, but attention between somebody, nobody wants to hit the friend. So you put your two fingers like and poke it his eyes. Definitely a fight has to break out, yeah. So he went on, was like, when Embouteillages the first drop, they don't know be fit share. Or they don't know be first share. Straight on. So those who know just this month, about less than a month or so, I don't know, about a month or more, less than a month, he dropped the track Embouteillages featuring Tenor. I think since most of our fans might be English speaking, they might not know Tenor, but Tenor is big in the French circles, Cameroon, Gabon. The Cameroonian artist is big in Cameroon, Gabon, Ivory Coast, and there's Congo too, Congo, Brazil. So he did a collab with Tenor. But it felt like they not give the collabo enough support. So it was like, okay, let's go. Rumble in the jungle. I like the lines in it. And Cameroon, we have gone so lost in this our whole Boko thing. I always tell them, like, I like Boko. It's very original. The one, Boko limits you when it comes to the global hip-hop scene. Because Boko might be unique just to Cameroon. Yeah. I know when I say that, people will jump up and say, but Sarkozy always speaks in trees, he's not doing that. Yeah, Sarkozy speaks in tree. A large number of people speak. How many people speak Boko compared to those who speak tree? And Sarkozy did great collabo. Those doing Boko, are they doing it? So, study somebody's strategy very carefully before moving that line. Back to our Valentine's Day rapper. When the whole title Valentine's Day rapper was some kind of I call it irony or paradox for me. Because rappers normally should be hard guys. But now we have the Valentine Day rap, and it might just be the Drakish, narcissist, crying lover boy rap. I don't know. I was just thinking out loud. That was the title for me, and I was like, okay. But then he was wearing a pink prison one piece. There was a pink a lot, and then there was a blue rose in his mouth.
Right.
If he really came for love, it should have been a red rose. A blue rose, I was like, okay, cool. This is not love. This is surely what cold. Blue most of the time stands for unattainable, unreachable. The symbol blue, that's what it symbolizes at times. But now in this scene, I was just like, definitely this is not the love we're thinking, but it should have been red for Valentine. So you have prison bars, which can be bars, your bars in yourself, prison cell, and then the rap bars. So he's using his rap bars as prison bars to lock people up. They're not to be specific. Why I feel like this could be dead is because when I discovered Tenor, he actually killed a popular rapper at the time. There was in some studio with Franco. When Franco had blown up with Olela Petit and they were trying to do freestyle. And Franco, I feel like, just someone come and say, no, I'm not going to beat him with my hand. I'll just take this broomstick and when that small boy is holding two, how do they call these sticks? Baseball bats behind him. And when you just thought, and he's actually coming ready for you, and you are feeling like he's going to surely run with you. You thought with the broomstick, he just gives like punches or hits like 6 times with the baseball bat, and then you just pass out. And everybody says he has beat you, but we all know that normally he should not beat. What happened to Franco? Franco came with a very slow game. I've seen him do better. And then Tenor came with some mad energy. And everybody in that region, I've forgotten what radio station was some years ago, before Tenor even became, that was major breakthrough. Everybody like, did you see, because Franco was blowing up with Olela Petit.
Right.
So on Facebook, everybody was like, did you see that young, and I think Tenor was like, what? Was he 16 or 17 at the time? He said, did you see that kid who killed Franco in the freestyle? And even Franco was like, nah, you have killed me, you killed it. You know that kind of humility, grand friend thing, like I'm giving you your shine, but he killed it. When I see Young Time I'm like, this dude is there with fire. Tenor should really decide to come back. I know Tenor is borderline crazy. Tenor is like Lil Wayne in Cameroon to an extent. When he does those things with his eyes, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if he practiced this or that's how he was born, but it's a little bit scary. And then at times, even when he did his interview with Chakara TV, he's uncontrollable. He just goes.
Right.
So he's that kind of guy that his management can tell him that, no, don't go to the studio, don't do no big diss track. And he goes to his phone and use voice note and drops that big diss track. So, he's crazy. So I'm like, okay, it's about to get interesting here. Goes with the pink bar thing. So I'm really asking I want the African hip-hop fans to just watch to see what happens, because this can really get interesting for the Cameroon hip-hop scene. Because Cameroons are taking all kind of shots here. I mean, Mex Cortez told us to get a fan. Erika Joe used 2 stones. Maybe hit us twice or hit us once. So I feel like I'm very excited for the Cameroonian hip hop scene. Right. We can have some of this. Let people actually, I feel like beef pushes you. It's like, it's almost like, how do they call it? Aerobics. It pushes your heart to beat faster. Gets you to push your body beyond its limit. By body, I mean hip hop body. So I really like, that's why I like King B, because of the fact that he stood up to the test. Beef gets you working like that. And people who work, we can only but underestimate what they will become, because their potential is unlimited as long as they keep working. So, for example, Saturday, Check said if it stopped me, he dropped his line immediately, taking shots at Tenor. He even spoke in French. He was like, man, if you understand English, I know Tenor surely understands English. Listen to this French. He spoke in French, using some punch, should I call them double entendre kind of line. And then he went on to say, if you know one make me, that's pidgin too. If you know one be my friend again, we could be enemies. So we did a collab with friends, man. What happened to support your own 237? Let's join to fight against Nigeria. Or then if you don't support the project as much as you, and that's the same thing that pissed off Carl De Niro. Because Sako did not push the project they spent money on. It's not like it was a free thing. Same thing, he even dropped the number which he spent, but he's not getting the support which he deserves. Even if I do a freestyle and hit the number which he called, I'm not too sure if I heard it correctly, but it's huge. And I don't want to repeat it just so I don't make a mistake, but it sounded like a huge number, Cameroon-wide. So if he spent that much, even just by hitting a broomstick on a drum, and he pays bloggers with that money, that song will be a hit. But for him to give you that amount and then you don't even support the project, that's blasphemy, or it should be a crime in the hip-hop court. So Young Time decided to sentence him bad. The verdict was passed on the 28th of February. So he has the right to stay silent, because anything he says can be used against him. or
Yeah, so definitely, I'm really thinking like I need to interview Young Time and like get his side of story, like really elaborate about the whole thing. But like I'm thinking of Tenor and he's using Valentine's Day rapper, kind of illustrating like a soft kind of rapper, which we know Tenor isn't. And also, just to be an advocate here for Tenor, is Tenor not under a record label and probably they have limitations? Because I know during an interview, Daphne was being asked like, why did she share certain content? Who came at her for not sharing certain content? She was like, that's why she created a page for her Be Woman Foundation thing, because there is a private account and she can share what she wants to share. When you're signed to a record label, your Instagram, Facebook, whatever, it's all under that record label, and they kind of decide that, okay, this you can put, this you can put, and certain things you cannot just put. So I don't know. Don't you think probably that's what held Tenor back from sharing that song?
I don't know, but if you were paid to do a job, when you are signing any contract, your old contracts are carried with you. So new contracts don't supersede old contracts. This came first, so it should be accommodated in the new contract. So unless in the car, as I always say, our industry is what it is. People don't follow certain lines like that. But even in the hip hop world, I mean, like he said, we can go back to the days when we did not coexist, right? So surely it's more than even just the track.
Right.
They were cool like that. And then he went on to even say, so this is his frustration. And being in the Cameroonian industry, I can understand what he's talking about. He has worked too hard, and he's not going to catch the L again. So from this, I get the feeling like this is not the first time this is happening to him. He has had to work with or sacrificed or try to please bigger names, and then he gets this kind of cold shoulder. So it's like enough is enough. So he said he's not going to catch the L again. L stands for the losing. He will speak his mind. And if we cannot be friends, at least let's be enemies. We cannot be anything. If we are alive, we should either be friends or we are enemies. That's what we'll make money out of it. And then he says he's not catching the L again. And he says he's going to sentence your best rapper. I think I've mentioned that already. He also, to prove that he's a very attentive rapper, he has been watching Chakara TV. He directly spoke about the Champion League. He said, Champion League, put your bet on us. For those who are in Cameroon, you know what Parifu does to the life of young men. I don't know if it destroys or it builds.
Right.
But we know what the betting culture is. So it's like, put your bet on us. Although bet at times does not mean literally betting, but it's just like support, believe in us, stand behind us. That's what it means. There's not betting. Definitely, if he's an intelligent guy, betting will not be the way. Then he went on to what I really liked was I always tell rappers your ability to relate and connect to your local reality. So when I hear a Cameroonian rapper talk about New York, when I know very well that he's barely able to get into a VIP bus, not talk about a plane, I start to wonder the level of escapism that we are living in as youth. So he actually talks about current issues and then talks about things which, if you are from the ground, for those who know this artist, he always talks about his life in Bamenda or the Bambeli area, and then his life in Buea. So I assume that he spent a large chunk of his life in Bamenda and a large chunk of life. When you listen to his rap, he first went on to, I like the part where he said he makes the world go silent or pause. And then the video went silent, like say being a corona. And I was like, okay, I think I have to put on my face mask to listen to this track. Then he went on to say, that's my best line in the track, where he said, even speed breaks for Limbe Road, no fit slow me down. Anybody who has been clubbing like in the last 10 to 20 years, maybe 10 to 20 years, between both in the Southwest region, you know the Calypso nightclub, you know the nightclubs in Limbe. Most of the time. So when I heard that song, I was like, okay. But even those in the diaspora, when you listen to it, there are those speed breaks in front of, I think, GHS and GBHS or so. There are two secondary schools along that road coming from the nightclub, Calypso nightclub, to the main roundabout that comes back to Buea and goes into the main Limbe town. So there are two speed breaks there. Most of the time when people are coming from the nightclub, they are sleeping, they're not paying attention. And they always bump into those speed breaks. There were very sharp speed breaks where people are sleeping and then everybody boom in the car, people wake up and they are forced to slow down. Then they put about 3 of them. So everybody slows down in that speed break. So when in his rap, he said even the speed breaks on Limbe Road, is that what he said? I think yes, Limbe Road cannot slow him down. I just knew what he's talking about. That's a legend. It's for party people,
Right.
we all know what that speed break is. And then he went on to talk about the cold in Bambili. So that he covers how many covers, he did some covers about Bambili. You have gone to Bambili, you speak in tongues while you are bathing because the water is super cold. And then you throw water on your body, then you run and go out, then you run and come back. So for those who know what Bambili is, when he talks about his cover and cover things, I don't know how many covers he was likening to, but I know the cold in Bambili, what he's talking about.
Right.
It's one of those tracks that I really enjoyed because it's not those, I mean, like most of our rappers decide to go to New York on the streets of Boya. He just did it in a normal neighborhood. God sent him his microphone. He spoke his mind, just as his mind was. Not being political, not talking about voices, not thanking the chef d'etat. He just spoke his mind. Whatever we decide to take from it, he has said it. If you are bureaucratic and you decide not to reply, the records will show. On the 28th of February, Mr. Youngtime spoke his mind, and the other man said silence means guilty. Pass our judgment. If the other person decides to speak his mind, then we are going to have the votes to weigh and decide. As you can tell, I'm very excited. Though don't mind me, I've just been listening to this track like this last few days, and I really wish. I feel like even more people should get in, but that I don't know how I can. If I should like just write another song and say I'm Tenor and then song the 500 people, I don't know. But more people need to get on this so it gets exciting. I mean, just two people beefs is not that exciting. Like when different people are touching different things. And now when Tenor touches it in French, young time I have to drop a whole song in French. Tenor might drop a song in English, and yes, so you get. I really hope that something happens soon. If this one does not pick up, let something happen soon. But we need some spark. Right. We need a plan, boys. We need a plan.
King me has said we have a king, a god, and a monster. We have a plan.
I feel like those guys and their castle and they're too comfortable.
Right.
Well, it all depends. You know, young time is coming, but with divine support. So he might not come to the gate. He might just drop. You know, like Robin Hood. Yes. So we never can tell, man.
Right. Anyway, so that's it. I think we have to have another episode where we talk about this whole thing because there are a lot of things passing through my mind. Like I'm thinking from Tenor's own side and also young time.
I can't wait.
There are a lot of things going through my mind, and also the fact that we are saying the beef is good for the culture, but we know we're also be talking about how people need to stick together and stuff. Blah blah blah.
No, but beefing does not mean King B and Mex Cortez did what they did. And this time, if people are mature about the beef, but one of his lines he said, he's not failing. He's failing forward. So either way, I don't feel like he's going to stop. He'll surely drop another diss track, or he'll just declare himself winner and tie his belt.
Okay, so that's it. That's the review for that song.
Okay, so as I was just saying, before I jump into my movement for 2021, I feel like we want to hear some if young more on this Natalie. Bring that energy, Natalie, into this year. We want to feel that energy. As always, even the beef tracks are welcome. Artists 2021, the year of making money. Drop your track on, put some tracks for feel your vibe, put some tracks for sale. You share it on social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, tag ambassador. I'm definitely pushing it. I feel like our artists need to get local support, home-based fans, so that they can push their own numbers who really relate to that. You need to put your music on platforms where they have access to and the means of payments adapted to our local real. Record online is one of those sites. Push out there because I know that I can easily have used it. I'm a fan of it. I can easily push your songs and buy as many times as I want using mobile money, whatever you want to have, your local currency and your local economy. I feel like we need to build a healthy music ecosystem for artists in Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever in Africa. Artists can live off their art.
Okay, that's it. Bye. Thanks for watching that video. Hope it inspired you to want to commit to Chakara TV. You want more content from us? No worries, we got you covered. All you need to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, then sit back, relax, and enjoy daily content from us. It's been Eta on Chakara TV. We are craziness with a strategy.